Hey there, my name is Michelle and I'm going to be talking to you about the social learning theory that was developed by Albert Bandura. This theory adds a social element to the traditional learning theory, where the theory brings out the fact that people learn new things by watching others. This includes learning their behaviors, attitudes, and reactions. The theory emphasizes on the importance of observation and imitation in able to learn. Bandura also believed that things such as reward or punishment from the teacher are not the only factors that contribute to a student's motivation to learn. The fact that motivation comes from the inside of a person plays a huge part in their learning. This is also known as intrinsic motivation. He recently renamed his learning theory as social cognitive theory because of his focus on motivational and self-regulatory mechanisms that contribute to learning. This theory is most well known for the Bobo doll experiment, where a video of a woman punching, kicking, and throwing a Bobo doll was shown to various kindergarten children. Now, when the children were let out to play with a Bobo doll in the room, they showed similar actions and behaviors towards the doll that was in the video. Now, a bit about Albert Bandura himself. He was born in 1925 on December 4th. And in 1949 he graduated from the University of British Columbia with a degree in psychology. In 1952 he received his PhD in clinical psychology from the University of Iowa, and the next year in 1953 he began teaching at the Stanford University and still teaches there to this day. In 1974 he served as the president of the American Psychology Association, also known as the APA. He's also written a total of 9 books and many articles on different topics in psychology. Now, there are 4 steps in Bandura's main principles, which is the modeling process, also known as observational learning. The first step is attention, which is the cognitive process of selectively concentrating on one aspect of the environment while ignoring other things. So pretty much enable for anyone to learn anything, they must pay attention to the model that's being given. Now, this is a role for both the teacher and the learner, in that the teacher must be interesting and relatable, exciting, and be able to minimize competing stimuli around the classroom. And at the same time, the learner has to be attentive and focused and alert and able to remember anything. The second step is retention, which is the ability to recall or recognize what's been learned or experienced. In other words, the learner needs to be able to remember the observation they've made while paying attention to the model. This would be through means of other stimuli such as imagery and language aids, because humans tend to store observed behaviors in the form of mental images and verbal descriptions. The third step is reproduction, which is to make a copy, representation, duplicate, or close imitation of. This is the ability to transfer that knowledge and observation into action. Now, of course, there needs to be further practice enabled for the learner to improve their skills from what they've learned from the model. The fourth step, and probably the most important, is motivation, which is to give reason, incentive, enthusiasm, or interest that causes a specific action or certain behavior. The learner needs to be able to have some sort of reason to be trying to reproduce the model in the first place, and this is where intrinsic motivation comes to play. Now, you might be wondering, why does it matter? Pretty much in the classroom, we need to be able to have the students be attentive and be able to learn in a way that's exciting for them. So in class, we should be able to have something that's attention and catching, exciting, something that's relatable and applicable to the students so they can become more interested in it. We should also include group projects in there because it's a lot more fun to work with peers and be interactive. We could also use images, descriptions, symbols, and actions enabled to help students memorize things easier, and also repetition is a big part of memorizing things as well. We should also provide opportunities to motivate and encourage students, not just by giving them rewards, but by encouraging them to learn for themselves, encouraging them to do their own learning and do it for themselves, not do it just for the teacher. And And that is the entirety of my short presentation. I hope you've learned a little bit about social learning theory and can use a bit of it in your class. If you'd like any more information, I've put the links below in the description bar. And I hope you have a good one. Take care and good luck.